Good morning. Um, I just figured this out today, which is kind of sad because if I figured this out earlier, it would have helped a lot on this particular, I would call this a mini game, differential calculus mini game, which is the second research upgrade or the second theory upgrade you could buy uh, on the other theory on the theory level. Um, anyway, so to play this game, it's actually really cool, and I wish I discovered this earlier. Is that you actually need to play it. You can't just set it on idle. And the way you play it is to play with your milestone. So after a while, you unlock these publication milestone on the right, yeah. And as you can see, there's two different kind of milestone upgrade you could get. You could do the unlocking of the Q and the R, or you could do the exponent of the Q and the R. And the way to understand them is by doing unlocking Q and R, you're building it up. You're building up some value. And by doing the two on the bottom, the exponents, you're cashing in. And so this game is all about build up some value and cash it in. So as you can see right now, my currency, which is the one on the right, you can't really see it, but it's you can see my finger, but it's like 2.56108, whatever that number, right? I'm just gonna refer this to like E108. So right now my value is only E108, but as you can see, my growth for my Q1 and R1 is pretty good, right? The way the Q1 and R1 work is that they stack as a derivative of the little q and the little r underneath. So like Q4 builds into Q3, which builds into Q2, which builds into Q1, right? So this is like since they're all derivative of each other, from your high school calculus, right? This is somewhat a degree 4 polynomial. And the same with R, right? So R is also a degree 4 polynomial once you unlocked all the new variables. And so what you have now is you are unlocking all the Q and R variables. So what you're doing is you're building up your Q1 and R1. So as you can see, my Q1 and R1 is growing at a fairly good rate. And if you don't unlock the new variable Q4 and R4, this will not grow at a healthy rate. And so once you think these numbers are grown quite a bit, what you're going to do is you're going to cash in the growth that you collected, right? So Q1 right now, I'm already at E44 as a value. So if I get rid of the milestone on the top, it doesn't get rid of the value of my Q1, right? So Q1 is already built. So all you have to do is cash it in, and watch this. This is really cool. My value now is E108, right? Watch what happens if I cash in by get rid of these two and put all the value into the exponent. And I'm building it asymmetrically. I'm putting more into the first and less on the other one. Okay, don't do it symmetrically. And as you can see, my value already shot up to E116, and it's pushing the limit of the upper bound, right? So if I can now, I can even go for a publication if I want. But just to make a point, the Q1 and R1, once you build it up to a good number, they stay there. And they're not going to remember that you got rid of the other upgrades to get like Q3 and Q4, right? Like they've done their job. And so I'm disabling autobuy because you don't want to buy these upgrades. What you want to do is you want to shuffle back to go here and get rid of the two on the bottom, and then build back up your R1, R4, and Q4 again. And now you hit autobuy, which will allow you to buy some of these upgrades onto the Q4 and R4. So now you do a buy all, and the cycle kind of continues. So now you could see my Q1 and R1 is again growing at a fairly healthy rate, right? So you could wait for these numbers to grow for a good amount, and then you repeat the cycle, right? How long you wait between each cycle, I don't know. This is something we should probably experiment and play with the number, but essentially you let the Q and the R grow by pumping them. And then once they're built up to like a good amount, And I don't really know what that number is, but like maybe we should go for like some increment, right? So now they are at 1.6 E45. So maybe let's go for like a little bit more. I don't really know the amount. So like this part we need to figure out, but like, we can again try to like cash in this way, right? And the number will shoot back up again. And hopefully we can see right now we're already surpassing our upper limit of 117 row. And then we don't do the buy all, right? We just wait it out, milk this for a good amount. I don't really know how long to milk it either, but basically when it's slowed down, right? So this is kind of a human heuristic. I think this is kind of slowed down okay. I will again get rid of these two and then build back up the R4 and Q4 upgrade, hit buy all, and now I'm growing my Q1 and R1 at a significant rate again, right? And then you repeat the cycle. And I think that's the best way to play this differential calculus minigame, right? Like, because in the beginning, you're not going to have all the milestone unlocked, so you can't just go full idle on this. So yeah, hopefully I can go full idle on this soon, But until then, I'm going to be shuffling these numbers. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the future. Hopefully this is a good tutorial.